They're in a state of crisis. And the one question they've got is, I don't know where to begin. When we think about that, no matter what we're dealing with, something new pops up. We got to ask the question, where do I begin? You can't start at the middle. You can't start at the end. You've got to find the beginning. Well, the best advice I've got is right where you are. You've got to start right where you are, but you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to admit to yourself, this is where I'm at. And then what you've got to do is you've got to express gratitude. Because in gratitude, you know that everything that you've ever done has led you to the point where you are now. And once you've expressed gratitude, it means you've accepted, this is where I'm at. And once you've accepted, this is where I'm at, you can proceed to move forward from there because you've got a profound base. But if you haven't established a base from where you're at, how are you going to begin? Where are you going to begin? You've heard me talking about that I felt my life was a little bit not in as much order as I would have liked, that I wasn't as committed to certain aspects, things that I do on a daily basis. And so the other day I said, okay, this is where I'm at. I haven't done my Wim Hof breathing in 3 weeks since I got my puppy. I haven't been doing my afternoon meditation because of my puppy. I haven't been doing cardio, frankly, because I was lazy. I was doing it once a week, twice a week, instead of 5 times a week. And so what I had to do is I had to admit, this is where I'm at. And then I had to look at the activity that I was considering and say, is this important to me? Does this support what I value most in my life? And if it did, then I said, I commit. I commit to 5 days of cardio. I commit to Wim Hof breathing every day. And I begin again. I don't beat myself up for where I've gone, the past. It all brought me to the now. But when I can accept where I am and who I am in the now, I've got a firm foundation to begin. So I don't know where you got that, Sandy. It's all right to sacrifice for another. No, it's not. You should never sacrifice for anyone. That's a religious thing that you've been taught. I was taught that as a Catholic growing up. You must sacrifice. You must sacrifice. I don't believe in sacrificing. We forget and we do sacrifice. But I'm not sacrificing for my puppy. What I'm really doing now is I'm realigning my life, what's important to me, and I'm putting the puppy in its rightful place. So for the last 2 days, for example, before I meditate in the morning with Jean, we've reinstituted the Wim Hof breathing. And now the puppy may bark a little bit, but all of a sudden it's starting to settle in. I'm teaching the puppy my routine, and it will fit into my life and my patterns. I did sacrifice for the puppy a bit, but then I got wise and I said, I don't need to sacrifice for the puppy. Now, keep in mind, I did choose the puppy. And there are things in my life that I do differently because of the puppy, but that's a conscious choice. There's no sacrifice there. The things that are really relevant for me, I don't sacrifice. Because if I do, I don't like the consequences. That's the simple way I look at it. I don't like the consequences. I noticed that when I stopped Wim Hof breathing, I didn't feel as good. There's something about doing that deep breathing that really lifts the body, really lifts the mind. I'm a huge proponent of Wim Hof. I love what he does. Obviously, I love what he does. I do his breathing every day, and I do a cold plunge every day. The very basics of what he teaches. The thing that I don't do is I don't go to extremes because I tried. And when you go to extremes, now you're taking more time than is necessary. Keshav says, an uncommitted mind is miserable. A committed mind may at times experience rough weather, but it will reap the fruits of its toil. There's no such thing. That's exactly right. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, Keshav. Um, Commitment is everything. What are you willing to commit your life to? Not what your mom and dad, not what your brothers and sisters, not what your life partner, not what a church, not what the politicians, not what the business. What are you willing to commit your life to? And here's the key thing: before you commit, accept where you are. Look where you are so you build on a foundation that's real. Because if you don't accept where you are, you'll say, well, I'm going to do an hour of meditation a day, but you haven't been doing 5 minutes a day. Unrealistic, not going to happen. You got to look where you are so that you can build firmly from that foundation. So with that, my beautiful friends, quick, down, and easy. What are you going to commit to? And when you commit, you're locked. You're locked in. But here's the key thing: it's okay, because you choose what you committed to. It's always your choice. Make it a great day. Much love, everyone. Aloha.